그렇죠. Thank you, County Board Supervisor Chavez, and thank you, Sabat. Your title?
With the, so I work for the county administrative officer.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for both of you coming to listen to the Hmong community. Like Paul said, as far as cruelty to animal, anything on all of that, we are along with the county board supervisor. But I think that the board also don't know that this county is very diverse. And Chavez, I don't want to put you in the spot, but in terms of diversity in a county, how diverse that is. Last time I checked, we have 113 languages spoken here. I'm a faculty at Fresno State. I've been teaching there the last 30 years. I teach cultural diversity oppression and the Hmong language at Fresno State. I'm one of the founders of the Hmong language program with Dr. Wati back in 1990. And so with that, I still teach there. In terms of cultural diversity, in terms of oppression, I think in the history of oppression, when I heard this ordinance, I just heard yesterday, the Hmong community will call me left and right, said, Mr. Yang, you teach cultural diversity oppression. We need some sense here. And how echoed earlier, we feel like this direct to the community. We feel that this target our religion. We feel that this is another layer of oppression. The fact that recently, if you look at our federal government, what happened in our country, and this come in timely to that. And earlier I heard that as a leader, you as a board supervisor concerns about constitution feeling depressed and all this going on. And if this ordinance, I heard history that this ordinance already started back in 2019 and it kind of disappeared. And now why suddenly surface that community don't know about it? We feel really bad. We feel really targeted by the county board supervisor office, by this county particularly. We do have a long history of oppression among Southeast Asian community here in this county. We have a lawsuit, we have the shaman case. I'm the one that involved directly in the shaman case. Me and Dr. Vesher at the city of Fresno back then. But my point is, I'm so impressed and I'm so appreciative both of you coming to listen. And I'm such honor, Supervisor Chavez, your words earlier about we need to find out common ground and we need to find solution for today. I'm so glad to hear that. I will spread your gratitude and your empathy to our community, and we'll continue to work for that. In Sabat, as a draft of this policy, I didn't mean to put you on target. I didn't blame you, but I think it's like I said, this thing just happened not in a good time. With all that, earlier, Sabat, you talk about you were impressed about the passion, how people came today. And I didn't mean to be the opposite of what your word is, but I don't think it's a passion. I think these people are scared. I think these people are worried. They are here. They know that if this ordinance passes, they have no way to practice the ritual. Do you own a dog? Do you own a pet? The chicken may not look as a pet to you, and to even to the Hmong people. But in the spiritual realm, the rooster is the spiritual guider, is the spiritual savior to all the Hmong people. One day I teach in my class at Fresno State, one of my students come to me saying, we talk about soul calling. And one of the Caucasian students came up to me and said, you know, Mr. Yang, I'm manager of one of the Walmart here in Clovis. And one day I have a customer coming to asking permission to do so calling right in front of the entry area because their kid fell through their shopping basket. And the next day they brought a live chicken rooster to come with the shaman. They want to do a soul calling right there because their son, the baby is so lost in that spot. And if we don't do that, then their son will risk their health and their soul will not return to the body. They will die. And through our chain of command in the Walmart store that we talked through, finally people allowed them to do their soul calling. And I was watching. Now, because of that significance, this chicken, this particular rooster, it's a livelihood. It's another side of the brother, of the guider, of the supporter for the being of the monk person. You heard Paul talk about graduation. People graduate from Fresno State, and that celebration required 2 chicken, 1 rooster, 1 male, one rooster. Somebody got married, you need to have that. Somebody who gave birth to a child, you need to have that. Somebody died, we need at least 10 chicken per funeral. A wedding, we need about 12 chicken per funeral. I'm a culture funeral, I'm a funeral wedding and expert on the practice and community and for a long time here, and I know exactly how we use those chicken for. The reason that I just want the board, and if you can take this to the board supervisor, is that we not go against any what they doing. All the constitution have the right to complain, and we understand their side of it too. But we just don't want this to impact our ritual practice. And because we came from a society, a culture that we not only believe that humans have spirit. So human also have spirit. The chicken also have spirit. Only the chicken spirit and the human spirit can support each other. And not, so your physical part can support each other in this realm, in this reality. But in a spiritual realm, you have to have both spirit together to support each other. Now, this rooster, it's in the very beginning of time of mankind. At that time, mankind haven't defined as black, white, Mexican, Hmong. It's human being. Chicken is with a human being raised for a long, long time. It's the grinder. And so if this ordinance passed this Tuesday, I bet your office will be more packed than this. You will see more angry face than this. Or you will see crisis in this community, and that will force the board, our county supervisor, in a different direction. How to handle this. So what I see, what this ordinance does, just trying to do one size fits all. And you look at the diversity in this community. One side on this ordinance will not fit all. Not only the Hmong community, but other community as well. And I really hope that today for both of you to come listen to us. I'm really, really proud of that. I'm really supportive of that. As a higher educator, I'm also really proud of my Hmong community able to come here to show support. And like I said earlier, it's not that they're passionate. They're panicked. They're scared. They're afraid that there's the end of the livelihood. And so all of this would become something, and you will hear other anger, other things that are different, but actually they're shocking. They don't know how to express. They're gonna throw the anger at you in the county on board supervisor. The other piece I want to caution in your power as our leader in the community, I want you to make sure that the news, not racial profile the Hmong community, connect to just the rooster. And if that happens, I will not be happy. The media will go there and will profile you and me in this community in a very different way. And then you and I can help to control that so that the media don't get their hand into it and spend and split us in the community so that we don't get along. And that, I don't think that's the intention of this ordinance either, right? And so we all have that very good intention, but it's just that we don't have much time. So my proposal is that for Sabat and for county board supervisor, if we can postpone this, not getting vote Tuesday, give us a time to work together. A lot of this, I heard the gossip, I heard this whisper through the long conversation. We feel that we are, this order was heading from us. It's a secret, the other side already agree, and go vote, this is gonna vote. So there's a secret behind us, and this is not looking good to me as a teaching cultural diversity and oppression. And I think this community have risen to be here, and same about you. And so I really think if we can look in a different time and have us talk much more, engage through our leader like a Pao Yang. Pao have fairly represent on the county office as well as for us. And I think with that, we want to, I think as a Hmong community, I want to urge my Hmong community to give a pride to Pao. เป็นวัตเตวปอจงเป็นไว้ที่จะมีต่อเนื้อไฮโลนูเจียไฮโดรเบซื้อแต่เชียงไฮโดรเตเฉยอยู่อะไฮโดรออชาอยู่อะ At the same time เป็นวัตเตวโจโจ Board Supervisor Chavez want to give you a pride that being here with us, and same thing for Sabat. Thank you. You are the drafter of this ordinance, but you are here to hear for our saying. So really appreciate for you being here.
Yeah, and thank you for that. I want to just address two things. You know, on behalf of the county, we apologize if this caused fear or for the community to be scared. That was never the intent, but thank you so much for bringing up those things. And I mean, if anybody else wants to, you know, share also, that would be great.
Born and raised here in Fresno County. I work with, I'm a cardiac sonographer. I work with the hospitals and private doctors. I work with people of all different types of religious, spiritual practices. And I see how certain things can negatively impact others without us thinking. We don't need to reiterate how it affects us Hmong culture, but I have a couple of questions. Currently, what is the ordinance for roosters and noise pollution in the county lines?
So one of the things is the current zoning, it's a zoning ordinance.
Okay.
And roosters are currently brought into with other birds. And so there are parts of the county where you can have 500.
Okay.
And so that's the current zoning rule, is that piece of it. And there is a noise ordinance as well in the county that the sheriff's office will investigate.
And do you know what those specific, violations are?
I don't have the detail on the specific sound decimals, because I think that's your question, is the sound decimals. I don't have that information, but we can get that information for you.
So it's more like what do you call it, enforcement, or maybe effectiveness of the current ordinance that we kind of have our issue with, not like that we don't have an ordinance in place? Is that what?
Yeah, there is no specific rooster ordinance that handles roosters.
Okay.
And so that's part of the, reason why this rooster ordinance is there, is to handle roosters and the noise of the roosters.
Okay.
And again, this is based off complaints that the county has received on the number of roosters, noise, cockfighting, stuff like that.
I understand all that. I'm just asking this because I live in a neighborhood where there's so many dogs, they bark all day, all night. It seems to be an enforcement issue because there's plenty of ordinance in place, but we can't get people to remove the dogs. With that being said, I have other couple of questions. Sabat and Supervisor, do you guys know how much a bag of feed at the feed store, like a 50-pound bag of scratch costs?
I do not.
It's like $20. Do you know how long it takes to raise a rooster? Anywhere from 6 months to a year, right? It's a living, breathing animal. It doesn't just appear overnight. Do you think, if I raise 5 roosters, do you think all of them would survive and all of them would become of age to be a rooster? No, right? Because there's health issues and things like that, right? So I think a lot of details are being missed. And to put a number on it, I don't think, well, with all that being said, as of today, it's hard enough to find a rooster to use for my religious practices. I pay $50 to $100 for a rooster. Would you like to pay $100 for a rooster? For your special healing every month? Yeah, right? How much do you think it's going to cost if we put this in our ordinance in place? Maybe $500? You want to pay $500 for a rooster? See, it's things like this we tend to forget. So I just want you to take that into consideration. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Okay, well, how could you got pay you good? My fellow check with touch on the car. Okay, thank you for the rules and all the leaders in here. I want the Shema. I do jingle bell. Almost every weekend I do jingle bell. And good time make Lumpoka, take up Pedunga. They were chow, it's a China, it's a Jay Jongla, Talia, which pota. Did she wait to the next year? No, roundly for roundly like December month, New Year, and the day. Go Nanga, okay? Go Nang, the day, go Nang, go Pio J. Go to Eco Kaina, it to go to law. Go to the car, go need to lock Kai. You to my Ishon go, the charge. Who bring a big go, need to Kai it to go into law. You go jump young, group pitch, try to say to go to law, jump your please, yeah. Chỉ tôi ít tu là tu cho là tôi có tu lo cho là mu trâu cũ nhẹ cũ gì cũ bạc cũ giờ thế gì, ủa ít khó đi đó chỉ ít sống này cũ tí xí sao đi gì là cho tu lo cái cho là qua đó là, okay. So I want you to translate to the leaders that I need more than five male per year to do my culture around December. That okay. So,
I think you just said it already in English.
okay, thank you.
Okay, I'll translate what he just translated for you. He's a shaman. That's what he's basically saying, expressing his concern. I'll kind of summarize instead of translating verbatim. As a shaman who practiced that as a religion, as a spiritual healer, that's what a shaman really is. As the new year approaches, he uses at least 8 to 10 roosters. In our belief, we believe in our ancestor.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Can I ask a question on that? Is it 8 to 10 per family, or is it 8 to 10?
Well, just for him.
Just for your family?
Yeah, just for his family.
Okay. Thank you for that clarification.
Yeah, and in Sabat, I know, we shared this yesterday, it's hard to quantify how many roosters each family used, and as you're writing this up into the ordinance, doesn't relate, you can't correlate it like that. But because he has probably less family members, there's some of us, like me, with 27 siblings, I'm gonna use more than 8 to 10 roosters, see? So that's what he's saying as a shaman and as the new year approaches, and this is just for the new year. We're not talking about throughout the year,
Not a family is going to be not 8 to 10, not a family.
Yeah, okay, good.
If I can,
Let me finish what I said. Then you can ask. So, as a shaman, and we have a lot of shaman in our community here, male and female. So as they get to the new year, him alone with the small family, he's using a rooster. And it's not just any roosters. That's what he mentioned is you got to use a specific age of the rooster, at least a year old. The ordinance is only 6 months. See, so with him and using that rooster and the type of rooster and the amount of rooster, and then if there's anything wrong in his family, if there's a bad dream, a bad omen or something, or a death in his family, he needs to also send that back with the old year. Remember that, Luis? We always send that back with the old year. And then you have to kill a rooster and to celebrate that and to send that off. So with him and his small family, he's using 8 roosters already. But that's just for the new year. We're not talking about the beginning of the year, the middle of the year, the graduations, and the bad dreams that he has, and then the amount of people in his family or in the community that ask him as a spiritual healer to go into their home. So every time he's doing a healing, a rooster is involved. You know, so when you talk about that, you can't quantify that at 60,000 people in Central Valley. You know, so trying to come up with an ordinance to control how many roosters or chicken a family can raise, it's not even viable. It's hard. So that's why we're asking, the community is really asking, there shouldn't be an ordinance on rooster in general. Punish the people that are doing the illegal stuff. Deal with that. Why are we taking that and punishing everybody? And now for our community, it's infringing on our religion and our cultural, our spiritual healing. You know, so that, to us, that doesn't make sense. That's why they're feeling oppressed, suppressed, targeted. You know, then when it's coming from the county office, then it's you guys. To them, that's you guys, right? And if you, my friend, Sabat, is drafting this, and it's you, then pretty soon it's Pal's friend that's doing this to us, you know? So that's the train of thought in our community. So him as a shaman, he's very concerned. He is super concerned. And I know Mr. Vu from Vu Poultry mentioned yesterday, he raised chicken legally and he sells it. Folks from San Diego is coming to buy the rooster from Fresno here. He doesn't have enough for everybody here if you're gonna limit it to that. Remember, you limit to 5 rooster. We're not talking about just any rooster. We're talking about the rooster with the straight leg, the nice comb. You're looking at that for religious purposes, right? You know, so when you trace every religion, they have specific processes within those religions that they follow. It's like, I believe in God, but I don't care about the Bible. We're gonna go away with the Bible, we're gonna just believe in God. Come on, it doesn't make sense. And as Mr. B. Yang, who teaches at Fresno State as an adjunct faculty or lecturer, he's a cultural practitioner. He teaches cultural classes to the Hmong community here. And the rooster symbolizes so much in our community. It doesn't even matter if you're faith-based or not. We use that rooster, we use that chicken. You know, so and this is something that I think the county don't understand about the importance of the rooster in our Hmong day-to-day livelihood, right? You know, and I hate to say it like this, you're gonna hear from my community in probably different way of saying it, in broken English and what have you, but I'm telling you guys in plain English that we're feeling oppressed, suppressed, violated, stepped on, and we're feeling like you guys are trying to target us. And it just so happens that it's during this time. And we know that's not your intention, you know, but let's sit down. Let's not, we don't want to show up on Tuesday. We don't need to be there on Tuesday. We don't even need the ordinance to be on the agenda of the County Board of Supervisors. We need to put a pause on it. Let's talk. Let's get some solutions. You guys are here for solutions. So let's get some real solutions. And I don't want my community to say things that are not right or are not appropriate, because that's not who we are as a people. We are good stewards of this country. Our people, our forefathers fought so that we can be here in this country, that give us the freedom to speak, give us the freedom to get an education, and gives us the freedom to live as a human being, you know, and give us the freedom of speech and religion and all of that. And we get it. We're in tough times, but guys, we're here, we're a community, we come together, we fix things, you know? So if you're gonna pass an ordinance without talking to us and the impact that you're gonna have on us psychologically, that's unacceptable, you know? And we know you know that. And this is not towards the two of you, but it's towards the system, the organization, the county that has to do this. We get those complaints. We get it. We get all those illegal stuff, guys. We ran away from the illegal stuff that targets us. We ran away from the government control. We ran away from all of that. We are law-abiding citizens and we want to work with you, but work with us, understand us, so that you can come up with good ordinance that are there to protect all of us, not just one or two person. If one of us is raising too many chickens and is causing nuisance to that neighbor because they're in the county island inside the city, deal with that. Deal with that person. We'll help you deal with that. If it's a Hmong family, let us deal with that. But don't take that family and then use that to deal with all of us who are here behind you and trying to do the same thing. If we can write an ordinance, we will. So work with us, but you guys haven't yet. That's why a lot of our elders here are upset. Yesterday they were upset. And I can't say anything but look down on my feet. Because I didn't even engage with you guys didn't engage with you guys didn't engage with me. Right? So take this back, you know, and we don't want to be, I don't want them to be there on Tuesday, man. Sabat, Luis, we don't need to be there. These guys are working. Some of these guys are retired. They don't even drive. So give us a break, God damn it, right? Yeah. So that's all we're asking, and I don't want my community to say too much, you know, and I know how they feel, you know, because I work with them every day. And some of these folks, they come here for help. So take that back, you know, and I don't think we want to see that on the agenda next Tuesday for voting of any kind. We want to have more communication. We want to see if we can come up with better solutions for our community. And let's do that. And let's start with that. Let's instead of moving ahead, let's take a step back and let's see what we can do to come up with a better way to really help us. And we talk about policing, all these things that's going on. Let's do a community policing, right? Let the community help you police what's going on as well.